Time for our headliner, California Congressman Devin Nunes, chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. He joins us this morning, and great to have you on the program. If I may first ask
Great to be with you guys.
The president Monday ordered these key documents and text messages to be declassified. The wait is on. When do we see them?
Well, I think the president is getting to experience a lot that we've been experiencing, which is every time we would make a request to DOJ or FBI or one of the intelligence community, we would get stonewalled for many, many days or months. So the president's getting to experience what we've experienced for a while.
Okay, I had a little trouble with your earpiece out there. We'll let you get that adjusted. Three specific questions.
It's early out here in California, bro.
I get it. I appreciate you getting up early for us, too, indeed. What do you think, or why do you think the president changed his mind now after so many Republicans have said, you've got the power to release this information, go ahead and do it? Why now?
Well, it's just the preponderance of evidence. So you can actually almost see, because the left is telegraphing and the people who were involved at the time are telegraphing by going out there and saying crazy things like that this is going to destroy the intelligence community, it's going to destroy sources or methods. This is a great example of where you have the left actually accusing you of what they already did. So if you go back and look at all the major leaks, and I could just list a few of them, but the obvious ones, these are people who probably leaked one of the most sophisticated collection sources that we have, and that is of general talking to Russians. I mean, let's start there. That was leaked. You have the fact that the Carter Page FISA was leaked. Let's not forget that today actually is the 2-year anniversary of the famous Yahoo News article that was used as a pretext to go and get a FISA warrant on Carter Page. Now, why is that story important? That story is important because of what has since been declassified. That story was spun by the Democrats in the Clinton campaign to Yahoo News, while at the same time they were taking that same dirt, which is known as the Steele dossier, feeding it into the FBI. Strzok and Page and company then take that Yahoo News article and say, look, let's corroborate the two of these. Oh my God, these must be true. When in fact they knew that was nonsense. It was circular reporting. So this is what has been happening, and we're on the 2-year anniversary of it today, and still today we have no evidence of Russian collusion.
What is the, you've seen the documents, what is the summary, how does the story change once these documents are made public and we can all read them?
Well, I think what you will see is you will see the mainstream media and the left. Right now, they've run this play before, and what you're already seeing now, if they weren't so busy on Kavanaugh, this would be all they'd be focused on. And what you would see them doing is their play is national security is going to be ruined by Donald Trump and the Republicans. It's just going to be ruined. They're going to reveal sources and methods. Nobody's going to want to ever talk to our intelligence agencies, blah, 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 blah. We've heard that all before. Meanwhile, as I said earlier, they're the ones who have leaked all this information out in the past. So that'll be their first play call. Then once it comes out, American people will get to see exactly how dirty these people were, what they were willing to do, and the lengths that they were willing to go to get a warrant on somebody within a political campaign so that they could go and gather up all the emails and correspondence and phone calls and phone records to look at what the campaign was doing when you have one political opponent essentially spying on another. People will be able to see all of that. When that's all done, what you'll see is they'll probably do character assassinations on me, the president, other people involved, because they continue this nonsense of look at all the people who have been busted around Donald Trump. Well, that sounds really nice, but let's not forget, this was started as a counterintelligence investigation into a political campaign. So using the people who are supposed to keep us safe, no, they were turned and used against a political opponent. And then they went and got a warrant on an American citizen that clearly would have documents from a campaign or emails associated with a campaign. All of this is really wrong, and the American people will know it. It's just the sad part will be there's so many people around the country that are following this closely. And they follow it step by step, and they really want to know the facts. Those people will be satisfied when this declassification is done.
So
however, you will have the rest of the country that will be, that only listens to the left.
That's the politics of it. 18 months ago, you stepped aside to a degree because of an alleged conflict of interest, let's say, a visit that you made to the White House. What has changed over 18 months that you knew then, that you have greater knowledge of now? What has unfolded in this story that you were not aware of at that point a year and a half ago that you understand today?
Well, what we were aware of at that point was they were unmasking Trump campaign associates, not affiliated with anything to do with Russia. So many people in the White House and other agencies they were taking raw intelligence reports, tearing that back so they could actually see the person. Really bad stuff. Like typically that's only done in just in real serious national security concerns. We know now that that was done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times by senior Obama officials. So we knew that then. At the same time, we knew this dossier was really bad and really dirty, but we didn't know that the Clinton campaign had actually paid for it. And so that's what we have discovered through all of this. And then, of course, now we know that it was used to get a FISA warrant on an American citizen and all the other things that are so unfortunate.
Your position is that the information has only gotten worse the more you discover.
Well, yes, it's only gotten worse, Bill, and it will continue to get worse because the longer that DOJ and FBI and the former administration officials continue to cover this up, and the media, who is part of all this, you can't give the media a pass on this. They are totally been fooled by this. I mean, you have people who believe everything in that dossier, even though many people at the time knew that the dossier was total nonsense. I mean, anybody that has ever looked at an intelligence report would know that that still dossier was not an intelligence report. Yet you had the media buy that. You had Yahoo News 2 years ago today ran a big story, exclusive story on that. I mean, this is really embarrassing for the mainstream media. They are all in to try to take out this president and take out the Republican Party. And it's really sick. It's really sick what's happening in this country, and it's really scary.
So, Congressman, what you heard from the president last night at that rally was what we hear from him time and time again, is that he wants what he calls this witch hunt to end. And the timing of all of this becomes incredibly important politically. How do you see the timing of all of this play out? Obviously, the wait is on for these documents to be declassified. You're commenting on how that's going to change things, but midterm elections are quickly approaching.
I would say this, the timing has nothing to do with what Republicans are doing. It has the president was very clear. The president said immediate declassification of all of this information with no redactions. That's really simple. Immediate with no redactions. That was on Monday. Today it's Friday. We have nothing. Who's covering up? DOJ and FBI, the same people who we've had to walk through stonewall after stonewall to get this information out to the American public. So this has nothing to do with the elections.
I mean, what should that tell us about our intelligence communities? And you're clearly laying out that they are defying the orders of the president.
Well, I think what it is I like to Speaker Ryan said this a few months ago. He gave DOJ, he put them on notice, and he said, you can either be part of the cleanup crew or the cover-up crew. And it's pretty clear that they're looking to be part of the cover-up crew at this point.
When do you think we see the documents? Is it days away or weeks away?
Look, it could be. It could be. It takes. Look, I haven't made copies in a while myself, but all you would have to do is go to DOJ, take those documents. It's about 20 pages. Make the copies, and then put them up on the internet. Now, probably millennials or young people know how to use this stuff. Could probably do that in about 3.5 minutes. Might take me about 30 minutes. So this could be done in the next few hours. And the fact that it's not being done it should worry the hell out of the American people.
Wow. Sir, thank you for your time and thanks for being with us today. Devin Nunes, our headliner today out of California. Thank you very much.